Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. I hope you all are doing very well, and today we'll be discussing the most important MCQs for 30th of January 2024. Let's start with our session. The first question is, All India Institute of Speech and Hearing recently seen in the news is inaugurated at which city of Uttar Pradesh? So Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare has recently inaugurated a super specialty block at GSVM Medical College that lies in the city of Kanpur in the state of Uttar Pradesh, and laid the foundation stone for the first state-of-the-art All India Institute of Speech and Hearing satellite center in North India. So this center in Kanpur focuses on training doctors and offering care in speech language pathology, audiology, communication disorder prevention, tele-assessment and rehabilitation, and it would basically emphasize a comprehensive approach to healthcare and education system. Fine. So here correct answer would be Kanpur city. This particular institute has been inaugurated in the city of Kanpur. Next is Samal Project, which was seen in the news recently, is associated with which Indian state? Here answer is D option, that is Odisha. Who is the current Chief Minister of Odisha? Mr. Naveen Patnaik, and he has inaugurated this project in Sambalpur on 27th of January following the success of Parikrama project in Puri. And the state government invested more than 200 crore rupees in this particular project, which spans in 40 acres of land, and it focuses on the beautification and development of Ma Samaleswari temple in western Odisha. And this initiative includes a heritage corridor, amenities for the pilgrims, improved temple access, and Mahanadi riverfront development. Okay, so Samal project is associated with the state of Odisha. Also, you can be asked that which state is associated with the Parikrama project that was there in Puri. Answer is Odisha. Now, apart from it, recently Indian Navy has launched the LSAM-19. This is basically the 5th batch in the 11 ACTCM batch project that is manufactured by MSME Shipyard Suryadipta Projects Private Limited, Thane, and this versatile barge enhances the Navy capabilities with ammunition and different missiles. So these barges are built under a March 2021 agreement that took place between the Ministry of Defense and the Suryadipta project, and it would contribute to India's Make in India initiative, and it supports efficient transportation and deployment of articles and ammunition for the Navy ships, right? You can be asked that LSAM-19, which is also known as Yard 129, recently seen in the news, is launched by which armed force? Answer would be Indian Navy. Next is the Kosal Bavan, which was seen in the news recently, is associated with which ministry? So President of India Draupadi Murmu recently inaugurated the Kosal Bavan, which symbolizes India's commitment to empower the youth through different type of skills, and it aligned with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Skill India mission. Okay, so Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship is associated with this Bhavan, and it basically emphasizes to catalyze the youth aspiration, fostering a skilled future, and it is attended by the Union Minister Shri Dharmendra Pradhan and other dignitaries. Kosal Bavan is basically designed for creativity and sustainability, and it stands as a model for progress while preserving the nature, and definitely it would showcase India's dedication to skill development. Okay, so Kosal Bavan, as the name suggests, Kosal, it is associated with Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Now, if we talk about the Finance Ministry, recently it has participated in the annual Halwa ceremony marking the commencement of the budget related document printing, and this tradition involves preparing the traditional dessert halwa in a massive kadhai with the finance minister initiating the process, and it is held in the finance ministry's North Block basement, and it symbolizes the send-off for the officials who are engaged in crafting the annual financial statement. And the post-ceremony, officials enter a lock-in period where they isolate themselves to maintain the budget document confidentiality until its presentation, right? So you can be asked that Halwa ceremony recently seen in the news is related to what program, is related to what thing. You can be given different options like budget, economic survey, Republic Day, etc. But your correct answer would be it is associated with the budget thing. Okay. Next is, recently the Union Cabinet has approved the Memorandum of Understanding with which country for cooperation in the information technology sector. So the Union Cabinet, which is led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has approved a Memorandum of Understanding between India and the country Oman in IT, and it was signed on 15th of December 2023. Okay. So this agreement would be effective for the next 3 years, and it promotes bilateral collaboration in the government to government and means G2G and B2B, that is business to business sectors. And this collaboration aims to boost the employment in IT through mutual support, technology sharing, information exchange and investment. And the ministries involved are India's Ministry of Electronics and IT and the Oman's Ministry of Transport, Communication and IT. Fine. So Union Cabinet has approved the MOU with the Oman country for cooperation in the IT sector. The next question is, what is the theme of the National Tourism Day 2024? Extremely important question. So National Tourism Day was celebrated recently on 25th of January 2024, and this year the theme is Sustainable Journeys, Timeless Memories. So this theme promotes responsible and mindful travel, and central government organizes different type of seminars, cultural events and other programs to mark this day. Two things are important from this slide. When do we observe the National Tourism Day? Answer is 25th of January. And what is the theme for this year? The theme is Sustainable Journeys, Timeless Memories. Last question. Now next question is extremely important, and this is a 5-star question. Definitely it would be appearing in your examination. Who is the chief guest of Republic Day 2024 celebration? So this is French President Emmanuel Macron. He was the chief guest at India's 75th Republic Day celebration, and India prepares for its Grand Platinum Jubilee Republic Day celebration, where we showcased military strength and cultural heritage at the Kartavya Path that lies in New Delhi, right? So who is the chief guest of Republic Day celebrations this year? Answer is French President Emmanuel Macron. The next question is, where was the 44th All India Criminology Conference of the National Forensic Science University held? So Union Home Minister Amit Shah has addressed the 5th International and 44th All India Criminology Conference at the National Forensic Science University that lies in Gandhinagar in the state of Gujarat. And this conference focused on forensic behavioral science, which is an emerging field highlighted by the Amit Shah. And here he emphasized the role of behavioral science in crime prevention. Also, he inaugurated a digital forensic excellence center for capacity building and investigation, which would underscore its importance alongside a robust administration and judiciary. Okay, so the venue for the 44th All India Criminology Conference of the National Forensic Science University was Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Next is, recently India surpassed which country to become the 4th largest equity market globally? So recently India has overtaken the country Hong Kong, and now it is the world's 4th largest equity market. So we boast a total market value of $4.33 trillion, and if we talk about the Hong Kong, the value is $4.9 trillion. Okay, so the leading global stock markets are currently the US, China and the Japan, and this milestone underscores India's rising prominence in the global financial arena, which is propelled by a robust GDP, political stability, foreign investment and its appeal as an alternative to the country China. Meanwhile, Hong Kong grapples with challenges like COVID-19 restriction, regulatory crackdowns, property crisis and geopolitical tensions that definitely affects its attractiveness to the investors, right? So which are the top 4 countries in terms of equity market? These are US, China, Japan, and finally 4th is India. India has surpassed the country Hong Kong to come at 4th position. Okay. Now there is a report which was in news these days. It is Finances of Panchayati Raj Institutions report. Can you tell me it is published or released by which institution? Answer is Reserve Bank of India. Okay. So this report analyzes the data from 2.58 lakh panchayats for 2022 to 21 up to 2022 to 23, where it highlights the key findings. And panchayats heavily rely on the grant due to limited own revenue sources like property taxes, and interstate variations in devolution impact the socio-economic outcomes. Also, inconsistent data poses challenges in examining the fiscal health. So PRIs struggle with local tax revenue generation due to limited tax base, administrative issue and unclear guidelines, and these revenue sources include the central and the state government grants, and these PRIs have the authority to impose the taxes and the fees. Okay. So you can be asked that Finances of Panchayati Raj Institutions report, which was recently seen in the news, is released by which institution? Answer is Reserve Bank of India. The next question is, Vijay Raghavan committee recently seen in the news was constituted by which ministry? So here correct answer would be Ministry of Defence, that is A option. And this committee, which was led by Professor K. Vijay Raghavan, reviewed and proposed restructuring of the Defence Research and Development Organization, and it was established in the year 1958, and DRDO focuses on cutting edge defence technologies, as we know. So it was appointed by Ministry of Defence. Here answer is A option. Now there is Ministry of Home Affairs at B option. It was also in news because recently Punjab and West Bengal have challenged the central government's decision to expand the border security forces operational jurisdiction from 15 kilometers to 50 kilometers. And they argue that this move violates the federal principles and encroaches on state law and order powers. So this BSF, which was established in the year 1965 after the India-Pakistan war, is a vital part of India's security apparatus, and it operates under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay. Currently, it has more than 2 lakh personnel, and it is primarily deployed along the borders with Pakistan and Bangladesh, including the Indo-Pakistan international border and Indo-Bangladesh international border. Okay. So since BSF was in news, you can be asked that BSF works under which ministry? Your answer would be Ministry of Home Affairs. Next is Salar Jung Museum, which was seen in the news, is located in which Indian city? So Union Culture and Tourism Minister G. Kishan Reddy unveiled 5 new galleries at the Salar Jung Museum that lies in Hyderabad, and he praised the museum's effort to modernize, reorganize the old galleries and to introduce the new collection. And Indian Sculpture Gallery boasts 40 sculptures dating back to 2nd century BC, including an Anant Saina Vishnu. So this gallery features 300 unique objects like hookah bases, while different 180 antique items are also there, and European Bronze Gallery exhibits over 100 bronze statues, and the European Marble Gallery showcases 50 marble structures. Fine. The Salar Jung Museum was in news these days. Location is important. It lies in Hyderabad. Also, don't forget that recently scientists have identified a shallow soda lake in Western Canada that resembles the Darwin's warm little ponds. So potentially it has a pH of 9 to 11, and definitely it is very alkaline because of sodium chloride and other salt. And these lakes are commonly found in arid regions. They are highly productive ecosystem basically, which are driven by dissolved carbon dioxide. You can be simply asked that recently scientists have discovered a shallow soda lake in which country? Your answer would be Western Canada. Next is, how many Padma Awards were approved by the President for conferment on the eve of 75th Republic Day? So in the year 2024, the President has approved the conferment of 132 Padma Awards on the eve of Republic Day, and this prestigious list include 5 Padma Vibhushan, 17 Padma Bhushan and 110 Padma Shri. This division is very, very important. Please remember it. And it recognizes exceptional contribution across various fields. Also, the list comprises of the individuals from diverse background, as it features 9 awardees from the category of foreigners, NRI, PIO, OCI. Okay. So this year, how many Padma Awards were approved? Answer is 132, and its segregation is like 5 Padma Vibhushan, 17 Padma Bhushan and 110 Padma Shri. Next is, which 2 BSF personnel were awarded the President's Medal for Gallantry posthumously on the eve of the 75th Republic Day? So these are the BSF personnel, Sanwala Ram Vishnoi and Shishupal Singh, who were killed in Congo in the year 2022. So they were posthumously awarded the President's Medal for Gallantry on the 75th Republic Day. And they were honored for their exceptional contribution to peacekeeping during the United Nations Organization Stabilization Mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So among the 277 Gallantry Awards, 119 were given to the personnel who combating the left-wing extremism and 133 to those serving in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so these 2 personnels are Sanwala Ram Vishnoi and Shishupal Singh. Also, don't forget that President of India Draupadi Murmu has approved the Jeevan Raksha Padak series of awards 2023 for 31 individuals, including 3 posthumous awardees. And these awards, which recognizes meritorious act of saving lives, consist of Sarvottam Jeevan Raksha Padak, which has 3 recipients, Uttam Jeevan Raksha Padak, which has 7 recipients, and Jeevan Raksha Padak, which has 21 recipient. You can be asked at how many individuals were honored with the Jeevan Raksha Padak series of awards 2023. Your answer would be 31. Which ministries collaborated to organize the Veer Gatha 3.0 event in New Delhi? So these 2 ministries are Ministry of Defense and Ministry of Education, that is C option. And who's our Minister of Defense? Rajnath Singh. And who was our Education Minister? This is Dharmendra Pradhan. So they have honored 100 school students as a Super 100 winners of Veer Gatha 3.0 in New Delhi, and these awards were part of the Republic Day celebration. It basically recognizes the students for their contributions in various categories, and this Veer Gatha project aimed to instill awareness and appreciate for armed forces sacrifices, which attracts a record-breaking participation of 1.36 crore students from over 2.42 lakh schools between 13th of July and September 30 the previous year. Okay, so which 2 ministries collaborated to organize the Veer Gatha 3.0 event? Answer is our Defense Ministry along with Education Ministry. Next is, recently PM Modi unveiled the development projects worth over 19,100 crore rupees at which district of Uttar Pradesh? Here answer is Buland Shah. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the development projects worth 19,100 crore rupees in Buland Shah, UP. And this project include a 173 kilometers double line electrified section on the dedicated freight corridor between Kharja and New Rewari. Okay, so goods trains were flagged off through a video conference. Also, he inaugurated a rail line that connects the Mathura Palwal and Chipiana Buzurg Dadri sections, which would enhance the rail connectivity between the national capital and southern, western and eastern India. Okay, so here answer is Buland Shah and it lies in UP. Next is, magnetometer boom which was seen in the news is associated with which mission? So this boom is associated with our Aditya L1. Recently, ISRO has announced the successful deployment of the 6 meters magnetometer boom on the Aditya L1 satellite at the Lagrange point 1 after being stored for 132 days since launch. And this boom carries 2 advanced fluxgate magnetometer sensor which would measure the interplanetary magnetic fields in space. So these are placed at 3 and the 6 meters from the spacecraft, and this minimizes the spacecraft generated magnetic field impact, which would definitely ensure the measurement. So this dual sensor setup helps in precise estimation of influences, which would enhance the scientific data collection. So magnetometer boom, which was seen in the news, is associated with which mission? Answer would be B option, that is Aditya L1. Next is, recently who has been conferred the prestigious Freedom of City of London Award? Here answer would be Ajit Mishra, who is a distinguished Indian-born lawyer in the country UK. Recently he received the prestigious Freedom of the City of London Award for his remarkable contributions to legal and public life. And also he is the founder and chair of UK-India Legal Partnership. Also, he is a dual qualified lawyer and a corporate partner at Knights as well. He boasts over 2 decades of experience in facilitating the commercial transactions between the India and UK. Okay, so recently Ajit Mishra has been conferred with the prestigious Freedom of City of London Award. Next is Pasi Irrigation project, which was recently seen in the news, is the irrigation project of which Indian state? So the Irrigation Department has initiated the 3rd phase test run of the Pasi Irrigation project that aims to restore the water supply halted since 2008. So canal shutters will open on 31st of January at 9 AM, which would cover the renovated main canal and Mahi branch canal. So this test examines the canal condition, which would emphasize the public awareness to avoid the designated sections during water release, and cooperation is sought from local authorities, voluntary organizations and residents. Also, a vigilance committee will address the concerns, which would ensure the collective responsibility for the project success. Okay, so this irrigation project is associated with the state of Kerala. Next is, recently which country of South America declared a state of emergency due to forest fire? This is Colombia country. Colombia has recently declared a state of emergency in Santander due to widespread forest fire, which is increased by the record temperatures linked to the El Nido weather phenomena. Okay, so despite extinguishing hundreds of fires, 25 still rage, and emergency measures were implemented to allocate the funds swiftly to address the severe impact on natural resources. So over half the country's municipalities are on red alert due to this accelerating threats of fire. Okay, so recently Colombia has declared a state of emergency due to forest fire. Also, don't forget that recently Lake Victoria came into news. Why? Because efforts are underway to store this Lake Victoria, which is facing environmental threats, and it affects the livelihood of around 45 million people. So it is Africa's largest lake and the world's 2nd largest freshwater lake, and it is shared by Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania. Fine. You can be asked that Lake Victoria, which was recently seen in the news, shares a border with which countries? Answer would be Tanzania, Uganda and Kenya. There is one more question I would like to discuss. These days, SMART is in news. This is an acronym basically, and what is the full form? The full form is Standards, Machine Applicable, Readable and Transferable. So Director General of Bureau of Indian Standard support this SMART approach to enhance the readability of Indian standard, and this initiative by the International Electrotechnical Committee and the International Organization for Standardization prioritize the machine interpretability, with over 80% of BIS licenses going to small enterprises. The push for accessible standard aims to benefit the sectors dominated by these businesses. Simply you can be asked that what does SMART stand for in the context of Indian standard recently mentioned in the news? Answer would be Standards, Machine Applicable, Readable and Transferable. Okay, so these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. I hope you have liked the session, and with this we have covered all the questions that were left out, and from tomorrow we will continue our revision session along with the current affairs for that day. Okay, now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Meenu Hadsana signing off.